Good evening, fellow time travelers, and welcome to 15 Minutes with Sebastian. Now, before we get to the music, I've received another electronic letter, this time from someone called JW, who writes, "With the national lockdown behind us now, was there anything in particular that helped you get through the last year of enforced confinement?" Well, JW, obviously the last year has been difficult for everyone. It's not easy having one's liberty taken away, even when we're told it's for the greater good. And the impact on the nation's mental health must have been quite considerable. However, for me, the one shining light throughout this whole thing has been my continued research, and of all the reference material, it's Arthur Crump's 1936 publication, Underground, Overground, that seems to always be upon my desk. I must have read it a dozen times, and it seems that every time I revisit those pages, I find another new layer of truth. But then Arthur saw the world through very experienced eyes. All right then, on with this week's show. Something from the sofa sessions now.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she woos me. I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know, I don't know. You stick around, now it may show. I don't know, I don't know. Something in the way she knows, and all I have to do is think of her. Something in the things she shows me. Don't wanna leave her now. Do I believe in how?
is the tale of a time when a band of Texas Rangers came to North Compass in pursuit of the infamous Arizona Andy. Seems the young man had acquired something of a reputation as a gunslinger over in the Wild West of America. And with that reputation, there came a reward payable upon delivery of Mr. Arizona, dead or alive. Apparently, so the story goes, the Rangers who were sent to apprehend the young rapscallion had heard what they believed to be a credible rumour that Andy had booked passage under a false name and travelled east across the ocean to England, and in turn to the fair kingdom of North Compass. One would think that the Rangers would have written it up as bad luck. However, on their last encounter with the gunslinger, he'd shot and killed one of their posse, and as a result, the entire crew had sworn to bring him to justice at any cost. And so it was that these cowboy policemen rode across North Compass in search of Arizona Andy for the good part of 2 months. There are many tales of locals seeing them riding along the pilgrim's path and through the hills and valleys, but there was never a sighting of Arizona Andy, the two-gun tornado. Only tales of these wild strangers. One day, however, people realized that the Rangers hadn't been seen for quite some time. They speculated as to whether the Rangers had actually found Arizona, or if in fact they had fallen foul in one of the hilltop forests. Some years ago, I decided to investigate this tale myself, and my first action was to contact the Pinkerton Archive. And it seems that 5 men did book passage to England in pursuit of a criminal, but they never returned. And the last place they were known to be seen, Elfield Hill. Marvellous news, listeners. My old friends from the Late Night Jazz Club in Margate and 2-time winners of the Flim Flam Bambalam Award, Mr. Ambrose Sterling and Mr. Colin Connors, announced last night that they'll be embarking on a busking tour of Britain's coasts this summer, starting July 30th. So check their schedule online and find out when they'll be at a beach near you. And remember, Sterling and Connors this summer. Did I ever tell you about the time I was invited by the Durgnad Trekkers to document their ascent of Harihagad and the fort that once sat atop this majestic peak? situated in the Nashik district of Maharashtra, where every breath is infused by the beauty of the landscape. It takes about an hour to reach the scarp, but it's well worth the effort. After a short rest, it's on to the main attraction of this trek, the marvelously carved stairs leading to heaven. I don't mind telling you, listeners, these were some of the most exhilarating moments of my life. My companions made it look easy, but there were times when, I must admit, I feared for my life. And just when you think the stairs have ended, one turns a corner only to find more, continuing ever upwards. Eventually we reached the top and were greeted by the sparse remains of this 12th century fort. And then obviously it was time to begin the even more terrifying descent. If you really want to see how it's done, pop over to the Durgnad Trekkers to see the entirety of this climb and many more of their hiking adventures. Now, for something completely different.
You was the